everyone, it's Julie Young for Korean American Story again. I'm here with Eddie Song. He is our guest for Not Your Average, and of course my favorite rapper, Rekstizzy.
Bon appetit.
You guys started like in 2010?
Yeah, we started when we were babies. We were 24, so it's about 5 years now.
Wow. And when you first had a truck, and you had a line down the block, what was that like?
We were hot from day one. So from the first day, I remember clearly a line that stretched the entire block and the avenue side as well.
That's such a New York crazy phenomenon.
Yeah, definitely. We were spoiled, for sure.
Wow. And so then this location has been open for a year, right?
Yeah, we're going to turn a year in October 31st.
Woo, Kanbei. Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you very
for that.
much. Kamsahamnida.
We may be drinking. So did you ever have any idea what you wanted to do?
Well, actually, we both, and then we went to specialized high schools.
Yeah.
We went to Stuyvesant.
Oh, you went to Bronx Science.
Bronx Science,
Smarty pants.
the lesser specialized high school.
Still special nonetheless. That's why we all here, right?
I guess so. But yeah, how was Stuyvesant? What was that like?
And Stuyvesant, I went to science actually for 1 year too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I transferred sophomore year. I think I had like a pretty high average, and I went to a good college.
Columbia?
Yeah, I went to Columbia. Actually, I transferred from Columbia to go to NYU, Third School of Business.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to learn how to make money. I think what it was is I just got burnt out with the whole school. I just felt like while I was in college, I was doing a lot of these extracurricular activities that kind of was like a speed pass to what these kids were being prepared for. And so I thought, fuck this. Why do I need to go to class? I can just go out on the streets and make more money than any of these guys will ever. I graduated 2008. And I spent about a year and a half kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And it just so happened in 2008 that the entire world was failing. So I could have honestly, done anything. And if I would have failed, nobody would have cared because the entire world's failing. Who the fuck cares if Eddie Song is failing?
We came out at a bad time.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, instead of going for the stars, I kind of went for the basic shit, which is during the recession, what do people need? They need to eat. Because as long as you have a job, you got to eat. And so that was kind of the mentality that we had. But it was more kind of tied in with an opportunity and a passion that we had at that time, which
Passion
was
being?
Representing Korean culture through food. We found that in 2008 there was a severe lack of representation. It was underappreciated. People didn't love Korean barbecue, and I didn't understand it. And it wasn't because you're a vegetarian or a vegan or what have you. It's just that they never tried it. So who doesn't love Korean barbecue or Korean food? It's people that haven't tried it.
Right. And so for the truck idea, were you inspired by Roy Choi?
Oh,
Can
hell
we give
yeah.
a shout out to Roy? Hi, Roy. Love you.
Thank you, Roy.
Well, I'm talking about just the branding of it, why Korilla, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even the name, all that.
The name, well, I think it first started with an image, actually. For me, I want to represent Korea and Korean food, Korean culture. Being in the business of providing a product or a service that is greatly in demand.
Right.
No one's willing to take on that challenge, and so that somehow relates to with Korilla as well. Nobody wanted to go out in the streets and sell Korean food. So I took it upon myself to do it. Mm-hmm. What we're trying to do is kind of bring to light a 5,000-year-old cuisine that has been untouched and pure. It doesn't really take that much research to find out that tiger, which is probably the world's #1 most appreciated animal, is also the national animal of Korea.
Wow.
So North Korea.
And the truck is just painted
Tiger stripe. Yes.
Beautiful,
So we're like a tiger in the concrete jungle.
Yeah.
And so it only made
Okay.
sense
Tiger.
it only made sense to wrap it in tiger stripes.
Korilla was featured on Grapefruit Truck Race with the homies Steve and Paul. Of course, with Eddie. Well, so tell us about that, just even getting into it.
So what happened was in this was the fourth to last city. It basically created this roadblock where we can't sell any barbecue, any meat. So you got to be completely vegetarian. And might I remind you that none of us are really we don't know how to cook anything other than Korean food.
What you're making, right?
We can sell any proteins or barbecue. So we said no problem, because it just so happened that we decided to form a little partnership with one of the top Southern style barbecue or Memphis style barbecue. So we're gonna do like a throwdown versus Korean barbecue versus Memphis style barbecue.
Yeah.
They didn't appreciate that. Basically, the idea was our strategy was okay. We can't sell any meat. All right, we'll sell you two tortillas for $8. You can get the protein from our partner, who's doing this Memphis style barbecue throwdown with us. And they were
That's
like, no,
tight.
you can't do
Like
that.
We just want to go, go, go.
Just want to get it.
Bucket list. Let's talk about your bucket list. What's on it and what's been checked off of it?
It's a very common thing on a lot of people's bucket list is to open a restaurant. It's one of those things that has a sense of nostalgia for me. Growing up as a son of a Korean American immigrant, our parents are working all the time, and there's only a very few occasions when we can kind of spend time together, and it was usually going out to a restaurant.
What did your parents do?
My parents, they came here in 1984 with me pregnant. A lot of our parents were, they're first generation immigrants. They don't really speak the language, so they want to be in a community where, they can be a normal, citizen of America, but at the same time with limited, ability of English. So,
Like stay in a community.
yeah, they actually had a fish market, and he was pretty successful at it. I think at one point he had a couple, like 3 or 4. He worked hard, and so he'd come back home like 8:30. He had to get up at like 2:30 the following morning, and it was maybe only like on a Saturday or Sunday where we can kind of stay out and actually have dinner.
Right.
We usually had it at a restaurant.
So what's on your bucket list that you still have to accomplish?
I do want to spend a good portion of my time helping out other people, right?
Okay.
Ideally, I'd love to. I wish I listened to my parents, became a doctor, and helped out kids that were, in a situation where they couldn't get health care.
You
Like
really
stuff,
wish that?
yeah, stuff
You
like
really
basic
wish
shit.
that?
Yeah, I'm in the food business,
Hey.
and for us
You
to
wish
be
you were
good
a
at
doctor.
the food business, you need to be in a position where you have some sort of hospitality where
Yeah.
you want to take care of other
Hey,
people.
Eddie,
So take care of people
Like
that
be a
can't be
doctor.
or people that whatever it is,
Yeah.
whether it's in a financial
Well-
capacity or a medical capacity or social capacity.
And any like future plans you can share with us?
No, we're always trying to expand. The next steps for us is to open up another shop, which
you
makes sense.
you guys could probably set your sights on like somewhere like Philly or like VA or something.
Yeah.
Which
So
isn't too far.
The thing
There's
about
a
that,
huge Asian community
Yes.
and also like a burgeoning like hipster community as
Yeah.
well.
yeah. Do you wanna be responsible for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No, he's
I
going
just-
to
I
LA.
just-
He's going to LA. He's going to LA.
I'll just get the
So
money.
we got my man's Rekstizzy right here, who's gonna be our ambassador from New York to LA, repping
LA.
Korilla.
Did I just get hired and shit?
So yeah,
Yes.
basically it goes in with our just mentality of let's just try to make this big,
Yeah.
and try to empower.
With
And,
the same
and
concept?
there's only one concept for
Yeah.
me, which is Korilla. We really want to take Korean cuisine and so doing Korean culture to another level. Because at the end of the day, the original social network was this table right here.
Thanks,
Yo, that's
Julie.
the Asian glow.
Julie,
Come back.
I'm coming. I'm
Thank
getting
you,
over a
Eddie.
hangover right now.